just the thought of Austin potentially being the host of the United States Grand Prix 3 years ago seemed a little bit far-fetched. But because I knew Bernie and because I knew that there wasn't one, it had just left Indianapolis, I was lucky enough to go and see Comptroller Combs and then Senator Watson. They were both very polite and receptive initially, but I think that it was just such a far-fetched idea that we could possibly land one of the biggest sporting events. It was almost, looking back, it almost probably to them seemed like it was impossible. So thankfully the fund, the special major events trust fund, was amended to include the Breeders' Cup and Formula One. And so I knew that there would exist the possibility that obviously an event this big, since it'd be the biggest thing on an annual basis it ever come to Texas, because even though we love the Super Bowl, we're not lucky enough to get it more than maybe once or twice a decade, and this is something that we would have annually. So when that was amended, I really went back to Bernie and I said, look, I'm putting my I've got almost all of the investment group put together. And I think that there's a way that the city can participate, and so can the government with this legislation that's in place that they use for the Super Bowl, that they use for the NBA Finals, they use for, and I knew that we had the support of the government with permitting. I mean, just like any host nation does with anything, that if you can land on Olympics, or you're going to help with processes and permitting. And so then it was really just kind of a race between convincing them that Austin was worldly enough and my proposal of it being a permanent facility, as opposed to, and when I say my proposal, I really mean our proposal, being a permanent facility that gets multi-purpose uses, as opposed to a street circuit that other cities were proposing. I really think that was the compelling thing. Besides them having the site visits here, me bringing the premier motorsports engineers in the world that you do most of these tracks here. I think that that's really what sold them, is the fact that once they were here in Austin, they thought it was great. They saw that the infrastructure between hotels, nightlife, airport, facility, site, I think it was really good. So yeah, here we are now. We haven't done the formal launch yet for the United States Grand Prix. Formula One announced it on their website, and everyone's found out about it. But we're so excited. I mean, so excited. I think it's going to be something all Texans are proud of, that they're going to be able to enjoy, and I think we're going to do America proud in putting on maybe the best United States Grand Prix.